Hey, good evening, guys. Andrew here. I wanted to come and talk about a couple things. Um, as you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock and never checking this page, Joy and I have been a part of the test group for Shift Shop. And a lot of people are asking about, okay, what's the shift you've made? Is it the workouts and all this kind of stuff? I wanted to share the shift that I've made and how it's actually happened a long time ago and the effect it's had on my family now. So the shift that I've made is much more on the nutrition side. And a lot of folks are talking about, okay, is it cutting out carbs and all these things? For me, it goes deeper than that. It goes into what vegetables but I'm willing to eat. And Troy shared this a bunch on here. But we often hear from folks that we're working with, oh, I just don't eat vegetables. Or I can't eat that, or I don't like Brussels sprouts, or whatever it is for that specific person. And guys, I gotta tell you, I was one of the worst we have ever encountered. I am not exaggerating when I say that when Joy and I first met and we were dating, I basically ate 3 vegetables. I would eat green beans, canned green beans that were reheated. I would eat raw carrots, not cooked carrots. And I would eat salad that consisted of iceberg lettuce, shredded carrots, radishes, and that was about it. I'd have celery stalks and things like that if they were out, but I wouldn't go seek them out. I was basically a carnivore who loved carbs. Is the best way I can describe it. And you gotta understand, when we first got married, Joy didn't eat really any fish. I loved fish. Now, granted, I love fish and chips, but I loved fish. She didn't really eat a lot of red meat. I grew up on steak and potatoes. And she was a recovering vegetarian at that point. So we had such different dietary aspects. It's ridiculous. And she loved casseroles. Oh my God, Joy loved casseroles. If it had cheese baked throughout it, she was all over it. I'm so not a casserole guy. Like I wasn't then, I'm still not. So anyways, back a long time ago, gosh, probably 10 years ago now at this point, maybe somewhere around there, I realized that I had to make a shift in my diet. Not like I've done through this program, but make a shift and really add in more vegetables. So I made a conscious effort to eat more vegetables. I found that if I ate broccoli that was cooked in chicken broth instead of water, it was more palatable to me, so I could do that. I learned that if we didn't overcook zucchini and squash and it was still crisp, I could do that. So over time, I got to a point where I could eat more vegetables. Well, I've since learned there's a science behind that. I don't have the specific number right in front of me, but your body's actually made up of more bacterial elements than human elements. I know it's kind of scary to think about, but it's true. And there's actually a nerve that goes from your stomach to your brain called the vagal nerve that helps control what you want to eat, etc. And that biome, that bacteria that's in your gut, is oftentimes responsible for telling your body, hey, I want this, give me this. Well, if you're feeding that bacteria a bunch of carbs, and I'm not even talking about bad carbs versus good carbs or anything else. That's a whole nother discussion. Just a bunch of carbs. Guess which bacteria ends up being more productive? I'm filming a live on our page. Hi, Joy. She's just got home from worship, so she's screaming, wondering where everybody is. So I'm screaming back at her. But anyways, where's that? Carbs. So if you're feeding that bacteria carbs, guess which bacteria gets to thrive? And the ones that thrive push out the ones that don't. And guess what that bacteria wants? It wants more carbs. So it's going to tell your body through that nervous system, hey, feed me more carbs. And it becomes this ending cycle. Well, one of the things that, and I didn't necessarily break that cycle, but I definitely hammer that cycle down by making sure I was eating good foods and eating way more salads and making sure there were tomatoes and all those other different things in it. But it's been interesting because over the last, call it 30 days, my youngest son, who we call Buddy the Elf, he is a sugar craving machine. loves Nilla wafers and his Triscuits and his Wheat Thins, and I constantly find different containers of different food up in his room dialed in. So he made the conscious effort of, I want to change my diet. I want to get, his goal is to get a water polo scholarship, or at least a collegiate water polo team. God bless him, he's working his tail off to get there. So what he did is he wanted to make sure he changed his diet. So with him, we actually made the plan of, okay, great. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, we want to incorporate more fruits and vegetables and all those kind of good things in there. But with him, we absolutely said, okay, well, great. If you're going to do this, we need to make sure we're working on your gut biome as well. So he has 3 things he has to eat, or in one case, drink every day to help with that. All those probiotics and abiotics and all those things that we talk about, that you hear on the news and everything else, those are all those things that are living in your gut, and those are the ones that are helping you control all that, or not control, they're the ones who are telling you what you really want. So we had a concerted effort where he has to eat 3 things a day. He has to eat Greek yogurt every day, very high in probiotics and the active cultures and the yeast and everything else, which is going to help him out. He drinks kombucha every day, so I buy kombuchas for him every day, and he's drinking those, again, high probiotics, high bacterial loads, all these different things that are actually really, really good for him. And then he also drinks Shakeology every day, which also, again, got prebiotics, probiotics, all the different things that are crucial for that gut biome that are in place. And it's been amazing. It took me, as an adult, as a conscious decision, probably the course of 2 years to really change the way I eat. And I wasn't doing everything that Tyler's doing now. I add in the vegetables on things, and I would kind of force myself to do it. It still wasn't what I wanted. Now I'm at a point where I actually crave it. I actually don't really want carbs anymore. And Shift Soft has kind of done that last push for me. If I'm going to have carbs, maybe this is a little telling, I'm going to drink the carbs, I'm not going to eat them. I still love wine, I love the occasional beer. I haven't had one in a while because of this program, but I'd much rather have it that way than eating bread. And if I'm going to have bread now, it's going to be really stinking good bread. But with Tyler, we've seen that same change over the course of about 30 days. He's no longer going after all the empty carbs. He's no longer, I don't find the Nilla wafers up in his room anymore. The cookies that were downstairs are lasting, way longer than they used to. And it's actually there's carryovers from the old stuff. So it's been really interesting to see how his progression, by really focusing in on not only what you're cutting out, everyone likes to think about what they're cutting out of their nutrition. Think about what you're putting back in as well. You got to replace these things with something. Your body just doesn't stop. So, if you're taking away the carbs, what are you replacing it with? You got to give your body the fuel to run, but also the fuel to rebuild the biome and everything that's in there. So, anyways, I found it interesting. I hope you guys find it a little bit interesting as well. That this experiment we've been doing with our youngest son. Hey, can you really change what your body wants and what you find good? Because your tastes change. Your taste buds actually die off about every 30 days. Your taste literally changes every 30 days. And you can be able to resupplant those taste buds with the new taste buds that have more desire in there. And that's what we've seen in Tyler. He's taken this really focused approach. He's been really dedicated to it. He's not going to that anymore. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. That's my little diatribe for the day of, A, you absolutely can change what your body wants. B, you can do it for the better. C, it's a lot easier if you go into it with a plan that's going to help you overcome that deficit and what your body has been used to. That's why complete nutrition is so important. It's why Joy and I both drink Shakeology every day, because that complete nutritional profile of it is what your body requires, but then it also builds up that gut biome, so it helps you with those other cravings. And again, with Tyler, we supplemented it also with Greek yogurt and kombucha, because we knew the only bacteria in that kid was the bacteria that loves sugar. So anyways, hope you're having a great Thursday. I hope that's helpful at some point. Comment in the comments any questions you might have. I'm not a scientist at this point, but I do love the science and I do the research on it, and I'm happy to talk about it anyway. Thanks. Hope you guys have a great night. Bye.